Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. I've gone out of the game and I've actually altered settings and done quite a few different things in order to hopefully cure a load of the flickering problems that we've been having. And I don't know yet if it's actually made a difference or not. We will just have to wait and see. Now I'm going to drop that one off. The reason that one springs out sideways is because for some reason when you drop it down, we did find this out. Oh, and because I've changed settings and stuff, it's having to redo the shader files. But yeah, it thinks that the cultivator is unfolded. Like, this mod does actually have some issues. I like the cultivator, it's good, you know, we can use it, but there's no doubt whatsoever that this mod actually does have some issues going on. We will change it, it's just that we can't afford to do so at the moment. As many of you have pointed out several times, we're not making very much progress in this series at the moment. We seem to be slow going with our progress, but we're getting there slowly. And more people asking about why we've even got the pressure washer thing as an event, because not every event has to be monumental and serious, although I have now added the fact that we can't use the workshop for a period of time while the pressure washer is out of commission. So it's basically both of them together, which, you know, maybe that's a little bit extra that we can throw in. So what do we got? We got 12,000 food in for the chickens. We've got 10,000 food in for the pigs and 20,000 water. We got 27 animals in there, although 18 of those I did accidentally buy too many. And for some reason, when I came back in, the little shelter bit that we had over the top of that has disappeared. I suspect that's to do with the fact that we're now growing soybeans rather than growing something else. I might be wrong. I don't really know. I don't think I'm wrong, but who knows. So anyway, let's go up here, and we will skip it. Yes, we will skip the night. I was just thinking, is there anything else that we need to sell or anything like that? But I don't think there is. So we don't have to worry about that for a minute. And now that we've gone through to January, the cover has come back on. So I suspect it's just because I reloaded the game and then it's kind of like come back through. We've already got a pallet of soybeans here from one overnighter. There's 393 litres of soybeans in there, plus we've got this 1,000 litres right here. Now, this is only a small greenhouse. We have in here wheat growing. We have 767 litres. Sorghum is transferring straight up to the mill, as is oat, and wheat is staying down here because the wheat is the one that we want to feed the chickens with, and then the other two are transferring up to the top. So we've got this one right in here. Sorghum is distributing, oat is distributing, which means if we come down here this way and we have a look in here, we've got barley right there, we've got canola there, we've got corn, we've got sugar beet. The reason it's not doing any more at the moment is because we've run out of space. So we're actually fine for the food on there. But now if you have a look on the list, we've got 500 litres of oats and we've got 600 litres of sorghum coming in. Sorghum flour is 15 sorghum into 16 flour. Oat flour is 15 into 19. So we've got some flour now that we would be able to go and make if we wanted to. So I could change this one here, change output mode. We've got selling, we've got distributing. I think if you switch it to distributing, it will hold it. But I don't think that you can change that over to... actually, you know what we can find out? If I leave that on spawn, if I leave the flour on spawn, and then I change pig food here to selling, distributing, it shouldn't automatically bring it down to here, and it shouldn't try and sell it or anything like that. There's nowhere else that the pig food can go. So in theory, it should just stay there, but I think that will stop it from spawning into pallets. when we go up there and we move the pallets. And that's what I'm going to go and do now, and then we can sort of have some flour going. We've got the soybeans going in here, so they're just spawning the soybeans in here, and we'll keep them down here. That's because we're going to be selling them. We don't have to worry about them. But what I would like to do is have the seeds and manure in here, and that's going to double our output, which would be fantastic. We'd be able to make some more money out of it. We can't at the moment. Now, you have got 19,000 litres of water in here, so you're absolutely fine. The wheat is doing fine in there, and we'll be able to use that and move it over. We've got the pallets right here. And move those, move that one back. We got that one's just sat there. Because it's the beginning of the month, obviously we want to go over here and have a look at what we can do with our little piggies. And I would like to buy another 9. So I want to go like this and get 9 pigs, which that's as much as I can get at the moment, unless I can get some more money. Now, I do have a thing of soybeans, which I don't want to be selling as soybeans at the moment. I mean, I can if we're desperate for money, but I don't really want to be selling them just yet if we can help it. And we've got 11,000 food there. So, I mean, chickens are absolutely fine. There's nothing else really that we need to do apart from just go through the day. Now, if I have a look in here, there, we've got 1 chicken there, which is a month old. We've got 20 months, 17 months, 22 months, and 8 months. And it's 6 months when they start producing eggs. So we've got 398 chickens that are producing eggs now, which is really, really good. We've got a decent amount of eggs coming in, and we should be slowly getting more and more. We're going to use the other trailer, and we're going to go and get... We'll pick up those pallets of eggs. Actually, we don't need to pick up the pallets of eggs today. Yes, we will, I think. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to repair this one, because this one in here is not in a good way. You look at that one. Yeah, see? It needs 4,000 euros to be able to repair it, but it's not very good at pulling up hills or anything at the moment. Let's run this through until 4 o'clock. And then we'll drop down again. And we want to head on up to... There we go. Let's bring you back down. There we go, like that. And I'm going to use this tractor because it does run better. And we're going to get this trailer. We'll take the eggs. We'll go up. We will sell the eggs. We'll come back. We'll get those pallets of pig food. This tractor is not the best one to use for this trailer because it lifts it transports it at an angle. It runs it too high, but it's the only option that we've really got at the moment. So let's run down here. I'll take the 3 pallets of eggs. Our egg price at the moment is not going to be spectacular. You have a look in there. 1,100. I mean, it's about halfway down. It could be a lot worse. Doesn't come back up until May. June is when it does come back up. So we'll be selling eggs at lower prices. Like we're just going to do that. That's just something that we will accept. And there's the other one. Right, I'll leave this. I've got a pallet of wheat over there, and we've got a pallet of soybeans. Soybeans at the moment are going to be way down. See? Soybeans are rock bottom. Old grain mill, which we ignore, and it's the cooperative that we want, and it's 545. It goes all the way up to 1,200 in June. So there's no way I'm selling soybeans now. It's not happening. I will run around here like this, and I'm going to go and get... Well, we're going to sell these. Now, I should be able to have the lights on. I should be able to run around and just do everything that I want to be able to do without horrible flickering. I mean, flickering doesn't usually happen when you're in January because the leaves are off the trees. So from January onwards, all the way through until August, when the leaves are just beginning to turn, you shouldn't have any issues. It's only once you get to August, when the leaves start turning, you get a little bit of flickering, and then September, the flickering gets worse. And worse, and worse, and worse. And yeah, it's not good. You don't want it. Right, let's carry on up this way. But if you have frost on the ground, then you can also get white flashing going on everywhere, which is really bad to look at. And yeah, so but I'm hoping I've now fixed it. Apparently, for those of you who are getting it, it is because your frame rate is not quite keeping up. Now, I did try turning off the VSync, which is trying to force it to run at 60 frames a second. So if you've got VSync on and your system can't manage 60 frames a second, it can cause you the whole flickering thing. So you have to dial down some of the graphic settings. However, if I turn VSync off, I get horrible screen tearing. I mean, really bad screen tearing. So it's just not an option for me. I cannot have that going and still be able to see anything that's going on at all. Like, it is just hideous. That gave us 4,362, which gives us 4,800 euros, which is not a shabby amount of money. That's not too bad. And yes, it's not vast, vast riches or anything, but it's certainly better than a kick in the teeth. And I feel that this is something that we do want to kind of keep going with. You know, if we can just keep bringing in little bits of money like this, we are going to do all right. I know that this has been a little bit slower going than some of you appear to would have liked, but I still think that we're making good progress. I know that we don't have piles of money in the bank, but we don't need piles of money in the bank to be making progress. Now, another thing that I do want to do, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to get these. I've been having a look at the Silver Run map, and there's new mechanics that are built in with that map and things like that, and it does actually look really cool. I'm quite looking forward to sort of maybe having a go with that map. So something that I would like to know, would you, the viewer, like that? Now, it does look like we're not going to get pallets spawning there, which is, that's actually, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. There. I'll turn that one off a minute. Would you, the viewer, like me to do a series on Silver Run map after I finish this series? I'm going to be here for a little while yet, because we've only just started to make a bit of money on here, and I would like to actually make some decent money on here before we give up and, you know, pack up our bags and go home. I just feel like it would be more fun. So, what have we got in here? We've got 700 litres of oats. We get 800 litres of sorghum. I'll start off with the oats. Activate. Actually, why don't I just activate both of them? I know that it does do it slower if you activate both of them, but also we shouldn't get any issues with it running too slowly. I don't think we're going to have any problems with that. Our only main problem is that we're not going to have enough pig food. We're going to have to go back to buying pig food from the shop, which we don't want to do. We do want to be reliant on the farm for pig food rather than having to buy it. But if we've got to do that occasionally, then we've got to do that occasionally. But this is working, and we're getting the flour coming out. So the flour will spawn, and then we'll be able to take that and we'll be able to sell it. When is the best time for selling? I think actually the best time for selling flour has been and gone, my friend. I think that we need to... Yes, it's now taking a nosedive. 692. It's about to take a nosedive. It will have by next month. Which is a little bit of a shame, but it's only like 700 euros for a pallet, so it's not like we're going to be losing out on a vast fortune or anything. We can live with that. Now, I do wonder if these pallets will be able to be just put straight in for the pigs. If they can't... We've already established that you can't put the trailer next to the pallets and have them empty into the trailer just by pressing R, like you can with seed pallets and big bags and stuff. So we're going to need to possibly have an alternative method of being able to put these into storage. Now, I don't know about coming up here. I would assume that it's not... No, it's not going to do anything there. But we've got the straps on at the moment. I think that will make a difference. I'm hoping that just bringing the pallets over here, like this, will cause it to tip into... There we go, it does. Excellent. Right, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get the old shovel out and I'm going to shovel the pig food into the trough down there like that. There we go. So we now have 12,000 litres of pig food and our animals are on 93% because we had new baby piggies who start off at 0, so it takes them a minute or two just to bring up their health. Snow is still falling, but it's not settling on the ground and nothing has turned white. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, I've got the wheat over there. I'm just going to leave this trailer hooked onto this one. I don't need to go and put water anywhere, not at the moment. I don't need to do anything else, so I can just bring this one round, park it in the shed, and job's done. Now, we've got this 4,800 euros. I do actually, that means that we have enough. Actually, you know what we can do? We can unhitch that one. We have enough now to repair our John Deere. The only problem is, if I repair the John Deere, if I choose to do that, I'm not going to be able to buy the next lot of pigs that we need in the morning, which is a little bit of a jolly nuisance. I am going to be selling some of those pigs before they reach the age where they reproduce, because we've got the 18 sort of group at the beginning, which is too many, and that is going to skew things a little bit for us, which we don't want skewed. I don't think there's anything else that we need to do now, so let's sleep until the morning. We now have some frost on the ground. Let's go running off down here. We've got 4,300 euros to our name. We have 9,000 food in here. So they are slowly consuming their grub. We've got a pallet of eggs right there that I can bring back. And our piggies over here. We have got 12,000 food, 19,700 litres of water out of 20,000. So they're really not taking very much food or water at the moment. The top list has got 200. They're up to 237 in value, and they are at 3 months old. So we want to go over to here. We want to have 9 of these, which is 2,000 euros, and we want to buy them. Yes. If we want to be able to buy another 9 tomorrow, we will need a little bit more money. We'll now just do... Actually, let's just go over here and check. So we've got 2 pallets of soybeans in here. We've got 953 litres in the greenhouse, which means we've got another pallet about to spawn. That's fantastic. I got 1,000 litres of wheat right there and 640 in the greenhouse. Now, this is only a small greenhouse. It'd be nice if we had the money for a bigger one, if we could stick another one down there, and that would get us a bit more food for the chickens, because I actually really like the idea of just permanently growing our food for the chickens with greenhouses. This... What's that noise? Oh, I think it was a car. This idea here of just having greenhouses to grow everything on a smaller plot of land and not doing so much with the field work, I'm intrigued by this. This could be something that we could sort of work towards at some point. The other thing that I'm wondering about is when I make the transition to a pig pen that actually produces slurry and or manure. Well, I actually want and manure, and well, and or. It's the manure that we need, because we need that for this over here. Now, what I did do in a previous series, but I don't think I've actually got it here. I did it in a time-lapse series. Was I made a... It was in one of the... I think it was actually in production. I converted a thing to not produce compost, but to produce manure. If we put different... I had a fermenting silo, and instead of it producing silage, I had it producing manure instead. And that worked. But these are turning those into... Yeah, I don't want that. There is, of course, this. Place this on your farm to buy slurry. Manure and slurry dealer pack. I can have that, and we can use that. We can actually buy in manure, and we can use that for the greenhouses, and also we can use it for spreading stuff on our fields. I'm reluctant to go for that. I don't really like that idea because of... Well, we're supposed to sort of be alone here. There isn't other people around, and so it kind of, like, doesn't really fit with the theme of things. I was just looking to see if we can make oilseed radish today, but we can't. So, yeah, it kind of doesn't really fit in very well, which means that there isn't really a lot of point in having that. There, we got our third pallet of soybeans. I mean, yes, we could have it. Don't get me wrong. It would definitely work. It could be quite cool to have that in here. But I kind of think that, you know, as we're in the middle of nowhere, where is all this manure coming from for this trader? He's hardly going to be shipping the stuff up from elsewhere. Not to somewhere like this. This is a remote area. I can't really see that happening very much. It doesn't compute. It doesn't add up. Right, let me slow that down a little bit, just so that we don't go rushing on too late. And I want to have a look in here. So, we've got our sorghum. We are getting the oat, and the sorghum is coming up. And it's doing a little bit, just doing the conversion. And then it's turning it into flour at the same time. So, we've got some pallets of flour there. And then we've got the pig food is set to distributing, and these haven't dropped down at all, which means that the pig food is just staying in storage there, and it's the flour that is spawning out on the floor. Flour at the moment is 613. So that's about mid-price. I'm going to leave the flour. I'm not going to take that and try and sell it. Executive decision right there. What I will do is I'm hoping that this pallet of eggs will fill up before... Yeah, it's 1,156 pieces. It's now 1,272. 56 up to 72 gives us 116, I think, per hour. Per hour is about 116 eggs. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's not far off of that. Right, I'll bring this one back here as well. And that one can drop down. And then we're on 8,000. Right, it's... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run this... Because I'm still not entirely sure how much our chickens are using. So I'm going to run this until... Because it's on the hour that they eat the food. So we're on 8,150. And we go to 8 o'clock, and we're on 8,067. Actually, I can stop there. Put that down to 3 times. So we're on 8,067. I will run a calculation for the overnight. 8,067. And we're going to jump forward 12 hours exactly now. Well, it's slightly over, but yeah, it's on the hour. So 8,067. 8,067 is what it was. We are now in March, which means that we do need to do the shake of the dice in a second. I want to run down here. 8,067 minus... So exactly 1,000 over 12 hours. So 1,000 divided by 12 means that 83. Is that all? 1,000 divided by 12. 83. Apparently we're using 83 litres per hour of chicken feed. Exactly 83 litres. Whether or not this is true, I don't really know. I don't currently have enough money to go and get more pig food, but we do need to roll a dice. So we may have a small disaster befall us any moment now. I'm really hoping that we don't, because I've got all sorts of things that I want to do. It's also March, which means that we need to get going with planting of canola down, planting of oilseed radish down in there. That field needs to have the oilseed radish finished. So if we go here into the crop types, it's not that, it's this one here. So the weeds, if we get rid of the weed cover, that one needs plowing. I don't have a plow at the moment, can't do it. Needs rolling, we'll ignore that as well. We need to finish planting that field with the oilseed radish, and we want to get that field planted with oilseed radish as well. Both of them need to be done today. So before we do that, let me do the roll of the dice. So we gain 2 pallets, we lose animals because they're ill, we gain extra animals as a bonus because we've got, like, high breeding rates. I'm really not sure what we're going to do in place of that one once the pig pen is filled up, because whether I sell chickens and I get some for free as replacements, or pigs, you know, so we get a set amount of money. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll use that to sort of figure out that we get some extra animal. Extra animals is good anyway. That's what we want. The pressure washer breakdown, which also puts the workshop out of commission for a month or 2. Vehicle breakdown. We win the lottery. We get a loan from a friend, or we have a sick worker. The sick worker, considering that I now need to go and do a whole load of planting, is the worst scenario for this particular roll. So I have just rolled 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I rolled a 16. I want to re-roll. That's not fair. 2, that would have been really nice. What's this one? That's it. Yeah, alright. Anyway, I rolled a 16. Sick worker. That's just great. That's just great. Yeah, that's exactly the one that we didn't want. We had this before, and I know I'm going to get complaints. Well, you shouldn't have put that one in. You're just making it too difficult for yourself. Yada, yada, yada. That's what we got. That's the, you know, sometimes people get ill. There's not a lot I can do about it. I don't know why you're complaining at me. I'm not the one that's ill. Well, actually, I might be. We'll see when the hired help goes. Because last time it was Senleia that was ill. Maybe it's me that's laid up in bed. Maybe you're all angry at me because you think I shouldn't be laid up in bed with this, you know, I've got the flu. It's not, I haven't just got a cold here, you know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just lying there with a cold. I actually have the flu, like a really, really bad case of the flu. I'm suffering here, and all you lot are doing is just, you know, laughing at me and mocking me but no! Why are you being so mean to me? Take it back. There's no need to be like it. I need to plant this field here, and I also need to plant that field up there, and I think they've both got to be done today. Actually, if they don't have to be done today, then at least, you know, we do want to finish this one. You know, I can't remember which way round we want to do things. This one's corn. This one's because this one up here was corn previously. So this one here is going to be corn. And this one here is going to be oats. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.